What is up, Surviv Nation? I'm your host, Cryptic Bread 2. Today we've got only a couple stories, only 4 stories today. Today we won't be having Firewave again, unfortunately. I've been a little slow on getting these server alerts out, so I'm having to do them by myself last minute kind of thing. That's my apologies, that's all on me. And Firewave is not awake usually during the times that I'm doing them. So we only have 4 stories today. We have Congregate silencing people who say anything bad against them. We have Libby not doing her job as community manager and posting anything on social media. We have the SCWL getting deleted, and then our final story is about DopeSquad getting raided. So if none of you guys know me, I have been pretty vocal in the Surviv community for the last over 2 years, since about December of 2017. The old developers pretty much knew who I was immediately. I'll show you guys that later. I have the proof that I talked to Nick forever ago. This is back in February of 2018. So I am an OG. I've talked with Nick before. Nick and I were even talking about it. But one of the things that happened now that Libby's been taking over, Congregate I guess bought it over, is that they're cracking down on anybody who dissents from the opinion that you've been trying to convince, that Congregate is trying to make us everybody think. So this here was about me getting banned from the Surviv main subreddit. I was banned 4 months ago. Basically what happened was there was a couple different posts. I sent them off here. I'll find them here. So I actually got banned for possibly 2 things here. Here I was talking about how staff remove stuff. That was the last thing I said that could be anywhat controversial. But then down here, I also said something about A being spineless. That's what she said that she banned me for. Which, I mean, I don't think this is really very inappropriate for me to say. Like, sure, it's not the kindest thing. I'm not singing praises for A. But saying that he's spineless isn't really, like, harassing the mods or anything. And I also talked about Nick being bad. I don't know, it just seems like it wasn't really anything that would make me like the ultimate bad guy. And we can go back to here. I got banned here permanently for saying that. No warning, by the way, no warning. No response here about why I got banned. My assumption is that it was John who banned me, because when I talked to Libby, keep in mind, this was over 3 months ago now. She said that I think addressing prior bans is important. Different policies for forums, which by the way, I looked them up, they're pretty vague. By definition, everybody should be able to get unbanned. That's some toxicity, but that's not the important stuff here. Here, I was talking about getting unbanned from the Reddit. Make sure you're not using the official Reddit to call out or shame volunteers. I can only assume she's talking about the A post there. The servers for the discussion of the game, which I don't think is really valid, because in the Surviv subreddit, there's a specific rule about no information about hacking or cheating, even if it's negativeness, and a lot of posts will get deleted just randomly. Anyway, there's been a couple posts that people have said have been deleted just randomly for no reason, so I'm not sure if we could give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it wasn't actually Congregate deleting it, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but just the fact that there's no dissenting opinions allowed in anything that's besides the game. I mean, you can't say anything about how bad the anti-cheat's working or about how bad the server staff is, which, by the way, the Surviv Discord is actually an entity of Surviv, the company, which is now owned by Congregate. So in theory, it's pretty BS that we're not allowed to say anything about the subreddit when it is technically a part of the game and a part of the community, or else they wouldn't be advertising it on here like they do. So you can't have it part of the community, but then say and have somebody talk, like have a subreddit talking about the game, but yet not allow people to discuss that. That's kind of, in my opinion, pretty BS and pretty impractical. So our second story today is about how little Surviv post on their social media. We do know that part of Libby's job as a community manager is to run the social media for the company. That is one of the key roles of community manager. We see here on Facebook, today is July 19th. The last post was March 10th, which if you do the math, that's a little bit over 4 months. I don't know about you guys, if any of you guys have a job, but if I didn't do my job for 4 months, I would be fired. On Twitter, a little bit better. She has a support thing on June 17th, and then she's had a couple updates on July 17th, and then one on the 25th and the 22nd, but before that it was March. So between March and June is 3 months. We got here, she did two posts back to back here 3 weeks ago on June 25th and on June 25th here. Oh, so same day actually. Hasn't posted since then, that's a month. And before that was once again the St. Patrick's update, which was 18 weeks ago. So that's about 3 or 4 months before that. About 4 months before that. Now this is pretty egregious here. This is their YouTube here. 250,000 subscribers. Last was on 2 years ago, but actually that's not necessarily true because they actually had more videos before they deleted. Let's look at Surviv's update here. So they were doing well. So you see here, look, they were averaging like 15,000 views a month, which isn't good. It's about $20 a month or so. But it's free revenue. You're getting free exposure. And they deleted a bunch of videos. I don't know exactly how many videos they deleted. I'm actually unable to tell. But anyway, they basically deleted their views in half. So I'm assuming they probably got rid of like 4 or 5, 6 so videos. And I remember specifically Justin talking about how much effort they put into some of these videos and how expensive it was costing them, because they had like voice actors and animators and stuff making the videos for them, so that they were super high quality. So I mean, that's kind of sad. But let's add up how many social media followers they have on Facebook. By the way, ignore this. This is just an account I use for games, so that's why I have a bunch of weird followers. I don't know any of these people. 135,000 people follow this. 135,000 there. Twitter not doing as much. 46,000 there. Another 46,000 here, and 257,000 here. So they have nearly 500,000 followers amongst all their social medias. And the crazy thing about social media is that it's free to post on. You've got all these people here. That's basically free advertisement every time you post. Let's just assume that maybe all these 257,000 are sub to this. So we'll just count this $250,000 subs here. You post that, you get in the eyes of 200,000 people you get your eyes in front of. If you were to pay for that, that's like $800 at least for advertising for that. Let's look up actually how much it cost. So the typical CPM for YouTube is 7.5 per thousand. CPM is cost per meal, which is oh yeah, you can see here, meal is French for 1,000. So if you do this math here, let's get rid of all this besides that 257,000. So let's divide it by 1,000, and then let's multiply it by 7.5. That's nearly $2,000 in free media they're getting for every post. Sure, it costs them money to make a post, in theory. What I suggested, which was what I did when I applied for the congregate position, which I did apply for, I didn't unfortunately get because I didn't interview very well. It's free advertisement. You could get somebody else to make you videos. You could just say, hey, boomers, send in your clips. If you think you've got a cool post, we'll feature you on our channel, wink wink. Look how cool you'll be on our channel, wink wink. And then get a cheap editor, or even just somebody in the company who can probably edit, because I'm sure Congregate has at least an editor on board. Or just pay Sleepy Boomer or somebody really cheap, $10 to do it. Edit a video, free exposure. It gets people grinding the game because people want to be on the video, and it gets your video in front of 250,000 people, just free engagement. That's what I suggested. That's what I was hoping they would do. Not only is it free for them, but it also brings more people into the community, which helps the competitive scene. So that was my reasoning behind it. So our next topic has to do with the SCWL. If you notice here, I'm in SCWL. If you look at announcements, you'll see here that, wow, we got raided, which is fake. And a bunch of people are deleted. Basically, after this season, Survivio Clanwar League, which is Levi's League, the competitive to SWL, is getting disbanded, they've got 2 more rounds left, so it'll probably be within like a week or so. And then SWL is getting disbanded too, and then it's possible that Seals League might be disbanded too. So we don't know about that. We do have now the Survivio Draft Competitive Association, which is new. It's going okay. I think they've had 3 games done, 2 games done, so that's not bad. But yeah, that's an issue, and with how difficult it is to get squads, it's been now 3 weeks, and there's been 2 days of squads in 3 weeks or so, something like that. So it's really difficult. It's been forever since, let's see, this season started. Playoffs started a month and a half ago. Usually takes a month, but it's been so difficult with 3 weeks of not having squads that it's taken this long. But that's not too big of a deal. But yeah, SCWL is getting disbanded. SWL is getting disbanded, or SCL, whatever you want to call it, is getting disbanded. So after that, there's going to be no established leagues, and I don't think there's really anybody who wants to step up to make a league. Our final story has to do with the DopeSquad. If any of you guys are OGs here, you remember Cloudy. Cloudy used to raid a bunch of servers back during, I don't know, like summer of 2018, I guess, so a pretty long time ago. So a lot of you new gen probably won't remember him, or probably just heard of him. He came back today to raid DopeSquad. DopeSquad is a server that has been raided dozens of times. It's not surprised that I got raided, it's surprised that I got raided by Cloudy. I don't have any evidence for you guys that it was raided by Cloudy. That is what is going on, and that is the rumor.